All right, we're back with Patrick Babic from Centrica, and we were just talking about the cloud platform that you're rolling out to 18,000 users, WVD, Citrix Cloud, ADC. But I have to ask you, Patrick, with that many employees, how many applicants, what's the complexity of your app landscape look like?
Oh, hugely complex. Uh, we started quite a few years back, on simplifying the applications and especially application delivery. And for that, we chose to use AppV from Microsoft,
Yeah.
where we pretty much virtualize as many applications as we can. That's our default packaging process. What that means is, in technical terms, is that our base builds for physical or virtual operating systems or builds here are fairly light.
Yeah.
We are not creating dependencies on the applications, and we can deploy the applications to users rather than to devices. What that means is that user can migrate from one to other platform without changing an experience. And with using Windows 10 multi-session, pretty much we have now Windows 10 rolled out across the whole Centrica.
Right.
And users can move and migrate from one platform to the other without actually noticing much difference because everything looks the same.
From any device, anywhere they happen to be, and
Correct.
running a Windows 10 multi-session, WVD, and Citrix combined together, and streaming the apps with AppV. And
But
some
again,
of those
this
apps
is
don't
FYI.
lend themselves to a cloud-only environment. So you're pretty hybrid, aren't you still?
Yes, when we were delivering the cloud-based solution, we delivered two additional platforms on premise, one in UK and one in North America.
Yeah.
Those platforms are dedicated to trading teams. The reason why we had to keep those platforms on premise were legal terms and some technical terms as well for particular trading applications.
Right.
Yes, so pretty much the legal team didn't allow us to actually move us into the cloud for that application.
Gotcha.
So otherwise, if that were a possibility, we would move everything to cloud. But yeah,
Right. But that's why Citrix Cloud is so fitting here, because hybrid environments are going to be part of our lives for a long time to come.
Yeah, and the beauty is that despite the fact that those farms are on premise, we are still pointing them to Citrix Cloud for management. Yeah. So, and we are using as much cloud technology within those platforms as much as possible.
What really has impressed, I guess, and inspired me was Centrica's focus on their carbon footprint and how it relates to work from home. So just between you and me, shut the cameras off, shut the audio off. What can you tell me about that focus? Because as an energy company focusing on the carbon footprint when switching to a work from home model, especially given the impact of COVID, is a fascinating story.
We are trying to do it in IT as much as we possibly can. Yeah. Let's go from COVID perspective. Yeah, we were able to allow our users to work from home fairly quickly, which means we reduce the commute footprint as well. But also we were able to reutilize cloud platforms, spinning up the servers very quickly. And when we don't need them, we can just shut them down.
Right.
So if COVID disappears tomorrow, we go back to office and we don't have to pay for anything more than what we have.
Right, than what you're currently consuming. And that's a really important point, because a lot of people, I think, forget that if they leave their virtual machines and their workloads up and running in a cloud service like Azure, that consumption is churning away, and they're using those resources, so they're going to get billed for those resources. I think at one time I compared it to a pair of elastic waistband sweatpants. And we just keep growing and growing and growing, and everybody forgets that they're really meant to shrink back down too.
Yeah, for this, we heavily use Citrix Autoscale.
Yes.
Which basically allows to spin up and spin down the servers based on demand. It's very effective. We have pretty much fine-tuned the usage for daily or weekend usage, and obviously shutting it down as soon as we can and saving the costs
Right.
coming with it as well. And those savings are substantial as well.
And no PowerShell scripting with that, with Citrix Autoscale. It's all right there without having to know PowerShell. So that's amazing.
That's correct. It's out of the box. Yes.
Right. I want to thank you for joining us here today. Bye-bye.